We go to several presentations. The next presentation is by Upublic Rick Metz. Is Rick Metz here? If you want to make your way down to the front here. Is Rick here yet? Come on down, Rick.
Actually, good evening, councilors. Toby Younis is going to be making our presentation this evening. Toby is our Director of Community Development.
Give me just a second to set up here.
If you have any follow-up questions for me that Toby can answer, then I'll swing back up here.
Let's see if it communicates. Mr. President, ladies and gentlemen of the council, thank you very much for giving us the opportunity to address you this evening. I'd like to spend 5, maybe 7 minutes telling you about what we're doing over at Upublic. I'll be happy to answer any questions that you may have after the presentation. My mission is to develop a cadre of professionals who are producing high-quality content on behalf of the city and the citizens of Albuquerque. We measure that in a variety of ways in order to reach that level of quality, and I'm going to show you some examples. In addition to that, I have several of our producers here tonight, and they're going to talk about the programs that they're producing and some of the experiences that they've had producing with us. Community TV development in Albuquerque consists of 4 components: training and coaching, TV program development process, facilities and equipment, and the community that we're building around here. Our new members, every new member of the community is required to take 2 classes. Each class is 2 hours. They're free. It orients them to the manner in which we work. In addition, any producer that wants to go in to produce their own television program is required to take 2 additional classes. Each are 2 hours. And again, it orients them towards the process of developing their own television program. We do have a course for engineers. The engineers are required to take study in the control room. They're also required to have at least 20 hours operational capability. We've created a simulation for them so that they don't go in there blind, and optional, they can learn the facilities that we have over at our 3rd Street studio. We have a number of optional classes. We charge $10 for those. All of that money goes into a maintenance budget that we use to buy everything from paper towels to cables over at the facility on Central Avenue. They include, it's a very comprehensive list, but right at the top is the monetization class, which explains to producers how they can actually monetize their product and start generating income from it. Ideally, that income is then spread to the rest of their crew. Coming in the 2nd quarter of 2013, we're going to offer a day-long class that's going to be conducted by directors and producers who have already been through the process to tell the new producers who haven't been through the process exactly how things go and how to make things smoother. We also offer a 10-step program development process. It's very structured. There's lots of forms involved, but enables the producers to identify their project early on and work on it in a logical fashion so that at the end they have a product that meets our standards for quality, both in terms of technology and in content. Our Central Avenue turnkey facility has developed very nicely. This is our green room. This is where we meet. This is where productions orient themselves before the actual production takes place. We've also made several changes to the actual studio facility. It is lighted now instead of by stage lights. It's lighted by what are referred to as soft boxes. All the cameras are synced. They're tethered over cables that go not on the ground but overhead and into the control room. So we've made it very easy to walk in and have a producer produce their own program. We have producers that walk in, and I'll give you an example. ProView, the sports network, comes in at 9 o'clock on Tuesday mornings. Every Tuesday morning, they produce 2 one-hour programs, and they're out of there by 11:30. And that's because we've made it so easy in this turnkey facility to do that kind of production, they don't have to worry about it. Our expectation is that eventually we'll be able to produce from 5 to 8 half-hour programs a day in that facility because of the manner in which it's been engineered. The control room has been minimized to digital products and digital components, so again, it's very easy. When that producer finishes that program, we can literally take that program, upload it to the distribution server, and it's ready to be presented on cable channels 26 or 27. Our 3rd Street Flex facility gives us a little bit more capability. It's not quite as simple to use as the turnkey facility, but it gives us a lot more flexibility in terms of the size and number of talent that we can have in this particular facility. We also, of course, as a result of the investment that the city of Albuquerque has made, have the equipment necessary to produce large productions over there. And as a matter of fact, our Morning Brew, which is one of the productions, a live production that's being produced over at that facility. Upublican.com is the center for our community. We think it's important to build a community around what we're trying to accomplish. And as of this morning, we have 142 volunteers in the community. Over the past 7 months, since July 31st of last year, we've conducted 85 classes. We conduct an average of 2 classes a week. Some of them I mentioned earlier, so that community is based around all of this. Everything that you need to know about us is at upublican.com. If you want to sign up with the organization, it requires entering your name, your email address, and a password of your own choosing. That's all that's required to sign up. You're then provided access to the broad variety of courses and facilities that we offer based on what you choose you want to do. If you want to know more about the courses that we offer, they're all listed there. The next quarter's courses will go up this weekend, so you can actually see what's being presented over the next quarter. And if you want to see the individual details of each class, you can just click on it, and it'll take you to the individual details. They're all very substantial, and they're all very well oriented towards what we're trying to accomplish and what our mission is at UPublic. In addition to that, there's a calendar of all the live sessions. It's on the Upublican site, and if you ever want to visit us, go to this calendar first, and you can see which producers are actually in production on any given day. It maintains that calendar. That's how the producers schedule their own utilization of the facility, and that's how we manage the utilization of the facility. We have a list of all our members. All 142 members are listed by individual. You can find out exactly why they decided to join the organization, what kind of programs they're producing, and what their intentions are by using our facilities there. Finally, what you're going to find there is a catalog of approximately 45 photograph albums that we've used to document all of our activities at both the 3rd Street facility and the Central Avenue facility, everything from programs into production to events that we've sponsored, hosted, or participated in. The final piece of this is I don't want to show them all to you because I could go on for 5 minutes on the statistics. There is a very accurate set, a powerful set of statistics telling you exactly what we've accomplished since we started implementing this approach back in July 31st of 2012. So all the statistics about A, how many people we've had join, B, how many are attending classes, and C, the ratio between people who have joined and their participation in the organization. Those statistics are there, and as you can see, there's a very narrow ratio between the people that have joined and the people that are actually participating in it. Our programming is divided between external programming, programming in production, programming that precedes that's in the pilot but not in production, and programs that are in planning. I'm not going to describe each one of those to you because there are about 40 of them. I'm just going to go through these slides so that you can see in terms of programming that is being produced by independent producers. We have about 24 programs that are being produced by independents and bringing them to us for presentation. Our own programming consists of programming that has been developed since July 31st of last year and is being produced by our own Upublican producers. They include the Sports Desk, produced by ProView Networks, the Steve Davis Show, also produced by ProView Networks, New Mexican Santera, produced by Sean Wells, Renewable New Mexico, produced by the New Mexico Solar Energy Association. I missed one. Spanish Colonial Art and Artists with Carla Aragon, produced by the Spanish Colonial Art Society. The Shepherd's Voice, produced by Pastor Cici Chidozi. Our in-house pilots, these are programs that are in the pilot stage and have not made it to production yet, but will within the next 2 months. They include Kundalini 9 to 5, The Morning Brew, produced by John Padilla and Rick Metz, The Frugal Sportsman, produced by Cliff Gartzka, Above the Bar, produced by Debbie Hutton, Employee to Entrepreneur, produced by Cheryl Brown, American Heroes, produced by Kelsey Hutton, New Mexico Media Makers, produced by Shelley Carney and Mark Carmack. And finally, A Good Goodbye with Gail Rubin, produced by Sean Wells. You'll be able to hear from several of those this evening. We also have a number of special projects that we've worked on as we expand our reach out into the community. The mayor is visiting with our students of the FICAP program. We have 1,280 teaching hours in the Film Industry Career Advancement Program, students from 28 different schools coming to our facilities and using the capabilities that we have internally as well as those from CNM for a program that will that's 12 weeks long that give them a certificate in film industry at its end. We also attended the Santa Fe Film and Media Day at the state capitol about a month ago, where we had 2 booths and we represented ourselves and the city of Albuquerque. Just recently, we shot the crew of Breaking Bad, what are called the stand-in crew, as Breaking Bad let us know that they needed the crew, images of the crew in order for their next season's promotions. Finally, we're very involved with all the activities at TEDx, shooting them both internally at our facility and externally at their locations. And finally, we've been working with several schools, including the Media Arts Charter Collaborative and the Data School, bringing the students in and enabling them to use our equipment and enabling them to take advantage of the services that we provide. So I don't want to go on too long about what we're accomplishing. We feel that we've done a really good job since July of last year transforming this into a credible facility. And more than that, we feel like we've built the kind of operation that can be used as a template for other struggling or public access organizations throughout the United States, and we expect to promote it in exactly that way. I'd be happy to answer any questions that you may have of us.
Mr. Younis, you have others that are going to speak during this presentation, or is it public comment?
We have others that have signed up for their 2 minutes,
to
including
public
some of the
okay.
producers that whose names are up there under their products.
Okay, thank you. Councilor Gardino.